Here's my son's new little addition to his crew over at his house. He has a little new baby kitty over there, and this is the first time we think that he really saw rain, even though his name's Puddle. But he looks very curious about it. It's been very sunny and hot here. We don't get much rain. But he was wondering what the heck is going on as the rain poured down. It was about 3 days ago. And my son captured this little video of him and sent it to me. He's already getting so big. They grow up so quickly. Look at his little face. I wasn't real thrilled about my son getting another pet down there. He rents that house from me. So this makes 3 pets. But this little kitty came with some sob story, as they all do. But I will accept him. But that's our new addition for now. Hello. I thought we could take a look at the June 6th People today with Jeff Bridges on the cover. So this is a month old now, and the article, the main article, chronicles his cancer diagnosis, treatment, and hopefully sustained remission that he's in now. And it says, COVID during chemo, an exclusive. I was close, it says under the sticker, I was close to dying. Diagnosed with cancer and weakened by chemo, the beloved actor faced a near-fatal battle with COVID. Now healthy, he's embracing life. Love is the deal. He doesn't look much different, does he? He's older, he's got more miles on him, and it looks like his hair grew back the same. There's a picture in the magazine of him after he lost his hair during his chemotherapy. So let's take a look at that. He's still handsome as ever, I think. And then we have their sad story, like People always has, escaping a serial killer. How an 8-year-old survived the unimaginable. And they usually always have a Kardashian story too. But this was back with Kourtney Kardashian and Travis Barker's wedding a month ago. Their wild wedding in Italy. So let's take a look here. Oh, I'm going to show you a cutting. I got this cutting from a friend of my son's, and this will be our companion today. I think that it is a neon pothos, which I have plenty of pothos, but I've never had one that's this color, and I'm so encouraged by that new little shoot on there. We were given a bunch of plant cuttings. It's been a little project, though, on top of us trying to keep on top of yards. 2 yards, our yard, and then my son's yard. He rents a home from me, so we have that yard too. And it's summer, but it's fun. It's nice to see things grow. Here we have our IKEA ad with our little nightlight. I saw this ad in the last magazine I did. It was bigger though, it was a 2-page ad. These little lights are so cute with the dinosaur bedding. And we have our little babe here. Fast asleep. Sometimes it's the littlest things that make the biggest difference. And then we have Chatter. I think this is how you say this handsome dude's name, Josh Duhamel. I think that's how you say his name. But he was asked about the wig that he wore. See the insert picture here? During the thing about Pam. And he says, wow, I never thought I'd have such a beautiful hairline. He's so handsome. And then they have Kerry Washington. And she will be in Legally Blonde 3, which Mindy Kaling has a hand in writing. And this is her comment. I love Reese, meaning Witherspoon, so much. And I love Mindy, meaning so much that if they wanted to run me to craft service on that movie, I would do it in a heartbeat. And she's talking about when they asked her to do the movie. And then they have John Legend down here. Look at that powder blue suit with kind of a royal blue shirt. And what, oh, he's talking about where are all of his many awards stored in the home. His Emmy, his Grammy, his Oscar, and his Tony. So they keep all of these awards where he says they are lined up in our piano room, but I don't think they're in EGOT order. So I would love to see the piano room. Maybe we will one day in one of these magazines. And this is Joe Alwyn. And he must be on a show or movies that I don't watch. But he was asked about any recent fan interaction by People magazine. And his response was, I've just been shown a picture of a cat that I looked like. And that was exciting. I would like to see it too. And here we have Michelle Yeoh. I think I constantly say her name wrong, but I think you just say it Yo, like Yo, sir. But look at her at age 59. Beautiful. And she was asked about landing great roles at her age. And her response was, as a woman in my 50s, I'm milking it. Okay, darling. I'm milking it. Okay, darling. I work to ensure that women I play aren't just relegated to anti-stereotypes or traditional grandmothers. I kind of stumbled on that, but that's interesting. We hear all the time about women of a certain age that can't find roles. And she seems to have landed on her feet with that. And here we have Sierra. What she asked about. She's asked about her Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue cover. And this is her response. You can be a mom. You can have curves. You can have all that good stuff going on and be incredibly sexy. I didn't know she was in the swimsuit issue, but that's very true. I'm sure she looks beautiful on it. And speaking of beautiful, 5 things we're talking about. We'll start with number 5, and there's Heidi Klum. And look at her daughter, 18-year-old Lenny, maybe? L-E-N-I, Leni. But she, let's call her Lenny, I don't know how to pronounce it. She wore a vintage dress of her mother's to her prom. She got into the closet, her closet, and wore a dress that Heidi wore to Comic Relief in 1998. So it got repurposed at her prom. Isn't that cool? And here we have 2 actors, Harrison Ford and Helen Mirren, and they will be in a Yellowstone prequel, and they are megastars. So the pair will lead the upcoming Paramount Plus series 1932, set to debut in December. And the show will introduce a whole new generation of the Dutton family. 1932 it's called, so obviously that's going to be Depression era, which for some odd reason I'm always drawn to stuff about the Great Depression, but I've never even watched Yellowstone. Maybe this is my chance to start. They're 2 of my favorites. Number 3 is This Is Up. This Is Us wraps up after 6 seasons. Saying goodbye is one of the hardest things, Chrissy Metz tells people. Here we see some of the stars, and it was a May 24th series finale. I've also also never watched that, but it's something that I'll watch. I'll binge watch it eventually. And look at Justin Bieber with his coffee and his donuts. And how do you say it? Biebs Brew. So he's got Biebs Brew, a French vanilla cold brew, and the coffee shops also will bring back the singers. Tim Biebs donut holes. They look good. So it says they will bring them back. Are they back? I know the coffee's out. And 3 people, 3 comedians, oh maybe, no, 4 have left Saturday Night Live. They're moving on. Pete Davidson, Kate McKinnon, and then not pictured, A. Bryant and Kyle Mooney, I'm sorry. They filmed live from New York one last time on May 21st. I owe Lorne Michaels and everyone at SNL my life, Davidson posted on Instagram. And we all know he's famous. Well, he's in the magazines for something else now. For his relationship. I love this nail polish that this person wears on the Secret ad. Fresh. And that is a dry spray. Weightless dry spray. It lasts for 48 hours. I just love that blue. It's so pretty. And they have a pretty nail. There's Jeff Bridges again. And People has a special edition with Harry Styles. I don't know if it's still in the newsstands. This is a month old, but I suppose they would keep a special edition out for a while. And here are all the different things we're going to see in the magazine. There is a Neutrogena Pro Retinol ad. Clinically proven. Now, I didn't look at any of these pages. I looked at some of it before. So there's Anne Hathaway. Look at those specs. And this is May 20th, and this is all at Cannes Film Festival. Her new movie is Armageddon Time. Gucci mini dress, Bulgari earrings. Yes, I see them. And it just says cat eye sunglasses. It does not say the brand, the make, the designer, but look at all of the cameras on her. And he's even got an extra one in case that one breaks. Who do we have here? Oh, one of my favorites, Idris Elba. And the wife, his wife, Sabrina. And he's holding her. Kind of a veil on her dress, isn't it? And what is he out promoting? 3,000 years of longing. A Tony Ward gown, billowing, yes, it's beautiful. Out on the red carpet, here's another red carpet photo, Sharon Stone. She attended the screening for Forever Young, and this is Dolce & Gabbana, and this has a detachable train list. My big old thumb is covering it. Ooh, very pretty. And L'Oreal Paris International spokeswoman Eva Longoria soaked up the sun May 17th when she stepped out at the balcony at the Hotel Martinez. Look at her, she looks beautiful. So all the stars were out for that, and it continues here. I see a lot of feet on red carpets. Oh, this was for Top Gun. Tom's back-to-back Top Gun Maverick premieres. This was May 18th. And there are at least some of the cast, huh? There's Jennifer Connelly. And, okay, he received an honorary Palme d'Or, which is the award they give at Cannes. And then, so after that, Here he is again, and look who he's with. Princess Kate, because he jetted off to London and accompanied her to the film's premiere, Top Gun's premiere. I'm getting a glare. And then here he is with Prince William down there. This is the next day. Okay, so where was he that day? We're not going to go there, but that's what happened. That's the story people's telling us. I'm just kidding. Oh, look at this baby. And here's some more babies. Who do we have here? Oh, yes, these people from the show have welcomed a babe. I don't watch the show. My mom does, though. This is People Baby exclusive. Look at these little babes that they have. Look at the little glasses on her. So this is Zac and Tori Roloff, and the son that they have welcomed is Josiah Luke. They're, of course, from Little People, Big World. Look at this little babe. And then there's just the children. So they join brother Jackson and daughter Lila. It seems like everybody's happy there. Looks healthy. Bye-bye blowouts. Moms, you know what, and dads, and grandma, and caregiver, whoever. That's what Huggies is. I don't think they're guaranteeing it, but we all know what a blowout is. Huggies must have made something to prevent, maybe cut down the mess. And here sees the awkward ad. You good? I love those ads. Little texts you can send to check in on your person or people, whoever you have. It's nice to check in with people. Here's Adele at a basketball game. They're at a Lakers game with boyfriend Rich Paul, courtside. Well, they're at a Golden State Warriors game. What did I just say? I don't know. I might have said the wrong team. In San Francisco. Introducing Dr. Swift. Ooh, Taylor Swift earned an honorary Doctor of Fine Arts from NYU. And she offered the graduating class some words of wisdom to include, quote, learn to live alongside cringe. I had a phase where for the entirety of 2012, I dressed like a 1950s housewife. But you know what? I was having fun. Well, we all know that. Be you. And don't look back. And that's what she's doing. Here's John Stamos. Look at how good he looks. How old is John Stamos? I'm going to look that up after I make this. It doesn't matter. He looks 30. LA, May 21st, and this is his babe, Billy. Look at this little guy and the hair. Father-son bonding. Where are they? They are at PS Arts Express Yourself 2002 event. Having some fun. And this is a New Girl reunion, LA, May 21st. They are also at this event. The background's the same. I see that blue S. And we have Max Greenfield and Jake Johnson, and they reconnected on the red carpet. Max Greenfield and Jake Johnson. The new one. Here we have the next American Idol is, and this was LA, May 22nd, 20-year-old construction worker Noah Thompson. Bloop, it says center. Won season 20. I'm assuming it's him. I don't watch it. But won season 20 of American Idol, a Kentucky native. I wonder where from. I have half my family from Kentucky. So, he said, my heart is beating out of my chest, I bet. And Thompson said during the show's live finale, this is crazy. And he will be launched to stardom, I'm sure. like so many others. Look at these. Well, let's do this first. Well, no, she's part of this. Stars in see-through shoes. From platforms to pumps, transparent heels are clearly having a moment. Oh my goodness. What's this person's name? Francia? How pretty. Is that her name? Francia Reza? This was on Jimmy Kimmel Live. So here we have our stars wearing them. Sophie Turner, and she's on Jimmy Fallon's show. Paris, Texas Mules. Megan Fox. She always looks like such a goddess. And she was at the Good Morning premiere, morning, like after a death, morning. And Mindy Kaling, and this was on Instagram, in embellished PVC pumps. These, now this isn't, I'm not saying $189 isn't a lot of money, it is, but these are Femme LA Macallan PVC slingback pumps at FEMME.LA, $189. I just figured it would be hundreds of dollars. There's a Dupixent ad, long ad. Rihanna has had her baby. Rihanna. That's how I say her name. I've tried to correct my ways with mispronouncing Rihanna's name. She's so beautiful. But they welcomed a boy, and this gentleman here, and I'm going to say this ASAP Rocky, he's in some legal hot water. And me being a mom, I just want things to get cleared up because I want that baby. I want some closure with this. I love her tattoos, and look at her ring. So they're very excited to be parents, and this is in LA in February. And so he's a rapper. They don't say his name. So a source close to the couple, being a new parent is of course an adjustment, but they're doing great. The baby's healthy, and they're just in awe of him. They better have a legal team assembled for, I don't even know what he did, to be honest with you. But they're parents now, and things need to be more settled. She had him at Cedar Sinai. She enjoys spending quiet time with baby. Good. And he's having a bumpy ride, Rocky is. So while returning from vacation with Rihanna in her native Barbados, he was arrested in LAX at the end of April in connection with a shooting that took place in November 2021. And here's what he's charged with. Felony assault with a deadly weapon. That's it. And not that that's not nothing, but that's the charge. And he's released on bond. Court date August 17th. Focus now is on the baby. She was initially upset and shocked with the arrest. So we'll stay tuned. There he is on a jet ski. So we got a baby boom down here. Look who's having a baby. Ed Sheeran with wife, not girlfriend, wife. Cherry Seaborn. They had daughter in August 2020, and they already had a baby. Announced that he became parents to another beautiful baby girl, and this was on social media May 19th. Baby socks. So no name yet for that baby, and that's a smart thing to do. I like it when these people keep things under wraps. It's their decision. But Chris Pratt, and of course Catherine Pratt, They confirmed the May 21st arrival of Eloise Christina, second daughter for this actor. Gives Lila, Lyla, 21 months, a sister. So 2 little girls, 2 little girls. We have that Friskies gravy ad. I've got to buy that for my cat. And here's Summer's Eve has decided to make a spa collection and make their stuff look more spa-like. That's all that needs to be said about that. They've changed their packaging. Here we have our some breakups and some good news though, because look at who's been married 25 years. Look at these two when they were young. Sarah Jessica Parker and Matthew Broderick. And she is in And Just Like That, which my son saw and he very much liked. This was from a May 19th Instagram post. And that's 1997, New York City on their wedding day. So who is the red carpet debut? This guy here looking so dapper, Shaun White. And Nina Dobrev. Is she a model? What is she? Well, he's the, he's 35. No. Yes. He's 35, she's 33. She's an actress. I've never heard of her. They were first seen together in March 2020, so the beginning of the pandemic. They matched in white for their first red carpet together for Top Gun's premiere in London. Happy anniversary to Jessica Alba and Cash Warren. How many years? 14 years of marriage. And she had a May 20th Instagram tribute to him. They look very good. Oh, but split. Trevor Noah and Minka Kelly, dating on and off for years. It's officially over. She's from Euphoria. I thought this was a good quote, though. So they're officially over, quote unquote. Another source says, they have been broken up for a while, adding that Kelly, Miss Kelly here, is very happy. She'd rather be single than waste her time with the wrong guy. Well, that's smart, right? Madonna here reinvents herself for TikTok. Well, good for Madonna. She's still expressing herself. I had no idea that she was doing this. Why did she do it? So she's reinventing herself on TikTok. She's 63. The artist Sick Kick found, I don't know if I'm saying that right, found viral success on TikTok with his remix of her 1998 hit Frozen. So she's teamed up with him to make a new version of the song Frozen on Fire. And what is her TikTok thing? I'm sure Madonna wouldn't be hard to find on TikTok, but I didn't know she was doing that. It doesn't surprise me either, though, because Madonna surfaces every once in a while and stays relevant, or tries to. Here we have Emma Stone's Malibu bungalow on sale for $4.2 million. Well, let's see here. She's ready to offload her La La Land patch, married. She welcomed a daughter with husband Dave, but she's listed this home. It's a cliffside property, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and of course, being in Malibu and being a home like this, some people are walking by. You might hear them yakking in the background. It has views of the Pacific Ocean. Oh, wow, look at that. And then it's very pretty, very pretty. Before Stone purchased the home, it was renovated and whitewashed throughout. Really? Okay. Here we have Erin Napier on mom life and her kids' book. Hometown star is expanding her empire into publishing. She's an HGTV mainstay, and she has written this book, The Lantern House, and it's already out. It came out May 24th, and it's a story about different families who live in a home over the years, told by the home itself. Doesn't that sound cool? 2 daughters she has. There's some pictures of her. That sounds very interesting. Here we have a Poise ad with a bouncy house. Oh boy, that could be trouble. That could be trouble for certain people, and sure looks festive, but they're saying that maybe Poise will help you out there. Look at this beauty here. Elsa Pataki and husband Chris Hemsworth, and she is talking about how Chris here and pushes her with his work ethic. It pushes her to take it up a notch in her career and take chances and do things that maybe she wouldn't normally push herself to do normally. And that's the kind of partner, well, that's the kind of partner she has. You can have the opposite too, and have somebody that maybe makes somebody that goes too hard relax a little bit, but this seems to be working for them. I've seen Chris working so hard, and I wanted that challenge too. She's beautiful. She is a natural beauty, I think. So we have passages. I glanced at this before we got started, but I didn't actually read it. I'm going to read it now. The U.S. airlifts baby formula in from Europe. 78,000 pounds. Part of Operation Fly Formula, it aims to ease U.S. shortages. So these are U.S. airmen in Germany loading the pallets of formula. This is in the end of May. I know that so I'm doing this is July 10th that I'm sitting here talking. I know that the formula factory here in Michigan where I live, it's not nowhere near where I live, but they had a flood. But I just saw somewhere that it's back up and operational. And they have been part of the problem. So this was carrying a hypoallergenic formula to feed, and they gave these numbers here, 9,000 babies and 18,000 toddlers. And this arrived at Indianapolis International Airport. And like I said, it was sent from Germany. Last month, so they mean May, I guess, the national out-of-stock rate hit 45%, heightened by the pandemic, plant closings, and product recalls. Oh, what a mess. My niece had a baby. Oh, he's 2 months old now. And she was just lamenting a little bit over text about breastfeeding him. I'm sorry, this might be a bit TMI, but I'm just going to go there. And they have no air conditioning. They live in the Upper Peninsula, so I don't think that it's as hot as it is down here with where I live near Detroit. But, you know, she said, oh, he's so hot. The baby's just so hot, and we're so hot. And, you know, that he wants to nurse all the time. And I said, I'm sorry, my dear, you're just going to have to, you won't even remember any of this. And just keep at it. And that was the only advice I gave her. And it seemed to get her through the day. Here we have Sasha Spielberg, son of Stephen and Kate Capshaw, has married a restaurateur. No, I'm sorry, he's a musician. I'm making stuff up. Harry McNally. He is the son of a restaurateur, Keith McNally. She performs under the stage name Buzzy Lee. She's an actress and singer, but she is married. And I'm making stuff up about this guy's whole family. But that's the story, folks. Babies, more babies. Michael Sheen and partner Anna Lundberg. And second child, no gender given, but joins big sister Lyra. Isn't that pretty? Lyra. And he has daughter Lily with Kate Beckinsale. And Lily is 23. Country singer Chris Colston and wife Peyton welcome daughter Emerson, but Emersyn. Splits. Kurt Busch from NASCAR is, somebody filed for divorce from Ashley. Either Ashley or Kurt. I don't know who did it. Happy birthday, Aquafina, Anderson Cooper, and Mark Wahlberg. Mark Wahlberg's 51. Anderson Cooper, 55. Crime. Power Rangers actor Austin St. John was arrested. FBI raid of his McKinney, Texas home for his alleged involvement in a scheme to defraud the Small Business Administration Paycheck Protection Program from the pandemic. Oh boy. And then the person, Isaiah Lee, who attacked Dave Chappelle on stage last month, is charged with attempted murder. Not for that, but for allegedly stabbing his roommate in December. I'm going to skip up here. Rosemarie Trapp, the last surviving daughter of the Sound of Music family, has died at 93. Here she is in a traditional dress there. She died in a nursing home in Morrisville, Vermont, but she toured Europe and America with the Trapp family singers and taught arts and crafts in the family ski resort in nearby Stowe. After the group stopped performing in the 1950s, Trapp, and I guess she dropped the Vaughn from the surname after becoming a U.S. citizen in 1951, spent 5 years in New Guinea as a missionary. She said she came to appreciate a good Hollywood story. The happy ending is we're survivors. And that's a nice story. I've seen The Sound of Music 5 million times. Sports. Justin Thomas, 29. Is that him? Yeah. Kissing a big old trophy here. Beat fellow American I'll never say right, Zalatoris to win the 2020 PGA Championship. And then Tiger was in it, Tiger Woods, hampered with his leg injury, and he withdrew from that tournament. Oh no, health. Doja Cat, what's going on here? Underwent surgery May 19th to remove an abscess from her left tonsil. Oh no. She's forced to cancel her summer tour dates. And deaths, Greek composer Vangelis, who won an Oscar for the score of Chariots of Fire from 1981. He died of heart failure in Paris at age 78. And Marnie Schulenberg, a soap opera actress, One Life to Live, and one of my mom's favorites, As the World Turns. Does that say 37? Died at 37. Let me make sure that's not 8. Am I seeing? No. For metastatic breast cancer. Stage 4 metastatic breast cancer. If I'm seeing that right. It's just terrible. I'll have to look up who she played. My mom was a CBS soap addict. And then de facto made my brother and I those addicts too, because she watched them every day. Look at this little dude. This is a Brussels Griffon. Oh my goodness gracious. 6 pounds, and he proves tiny dogs can do big things. Well, we already knew that. What's his Instagram? At Brussels.sprout. So go check him out. And his owner here, who is this? Oh, what? Sigrid Nielsen. And look at him, just dressed up in all these little costumes. I mean, oh boy. She has published a book, The Good Boy's Guide to Being Good. Good. I mean, look at that face. I'm not going to dwell on that, because look at this story down here. A deserving veteran is gifted his family's dream home. This is in Princeton, Texas. I'm going to look up where that is. I only know where a couple places are in Texas. My aunt lives in Spring, Texas, but I'm not familiar with Princeton, Texas. And here this gentleman is an Army veteran, David Spites, I think, age 34. He has 2 children and fiance. He always wanted to buy a home, but there's no way I could afford it. So he applied to Pulte Group, you know, their home building corporation, Built to Honor program. And they build and donate mortgage-free homes to wounded veterans. And this gentleman, David, has permanent nerve damage in his right leg and back and suffers from PTSD. He is an Afghanistan veteran, and he was chosen. And they told him on April 1st, and he was suspicious that it was an April Fool's joke, but it wasn't. They are an Atlanta-based home construction program. They have a company, and they've gifted 75 homes nationwide in the past 11 years. And construction will be completed in the fall. Ibrance ad. What a feel-good story. This is all over the place. My husband said the other day, can we watch Stranger Things? I know I'll love it. It's just finding the time, and then, I hate to say it, but we work a lot and we're not young. It's staying awake and trying to get through it, and then not having to start back and watch it over. I know I'd like it. So, a terrifying new monster named Vecna and Millie Bobby Brown is featured in this magazine later. Here are some of the stars, because she has products, or maybe she's a they, I don't know, that they sell. I will give it a try. On Netflix, the supernatural hit is back, and it says it's scarier. Oh yeah, this is going to hurt. This is on AMC. What do we have here? Ben Whishaw. It says the fantastic Whip It Lean British actor from No Time to Die in Paddington. He plays a young doctor struggling with the pressures of a hospital maternity ward. It's a comedy drama. And there is his co-star, Ambika Mode, maybe, M-O-D. There is a new Bravo Real Housewives show, Real Housewives of Dubai, a reality show. Everywhere you look, it's just gold, 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 honey. Wow. But we have a lot of gold diggers too, one of them says. I think I'll skip that one. That sounds a little bit too high maintenance for me. And Here's a little look back on Tom Cruise, some of Tom Cruise's films, which he's been in a lot of movies. I've never heard of this. American Made, a comedy drama. He plays a drug smuggling pilot. It's on Amazon. Edge of Tomorrow, I've heard of that. It's a fantasy, 2014, and he's stuck in a time loop while trying to defeat an alien invasion. Oh my goodness, and the aliens defeat him over and over. I don't know about that, and I've heard of this one. Eyes Wide Shut, Stanley Kubrick, 1999. I've never seen it. What do we got here? Netflix Heartstopper. Is this from England? It says adorable British series, comedy drama, and we have these two young men here. And it is about two young men who are gay, and it says it's performed in sweet, funny sincerity. So that would might not be for everybody, but it sounds good. I'm addicted to British TV for some reason. That's why I'm lingering on that. I don't know why I keep just watching BritBox all the time. That's why I don't get to watch any of the shows that I should be watching, maybe. I don't know. I'll get over it, but it's been going on for a while. There's a Glad ad, and they have Clorox. I want to see the Bob's Burgers movie. I wanted to go to the show and see it, and now it's probably, well, it was in theaters May 27th. Look at these. I love that show. Here we have Louise and Jean. What's it about, though? It's a comedy. They're getting ready for a busy summer at the restaurant, but the local amusement park should be bringing in crowds, but then a sinkhole opens up right outside the restaurant. They always have their catastrophes they have to deal with. High-grade silliness. That sounds like something that I could use right now. Here we have a little Q&A with Rupert Friend from Homeland. And he is a bad guy in the Grand Inquisitor. That launched May 27th, so it's out already. Disney's Obi-Wan Kenobi. And he says, sometimes the villains are the most fun. And that's true, that's why they have them. New podcast, Unsolved Mysteries. A lot of people may like that with the true crime. So this is season 2. The first of season 2's 40 cases is the 2013 murder of Chelsea Small. Sounds like a very sad story, but 40 cases, so that would keep you, if you're into that kind of thing, that would keep you listening for a while. I listen to podcasts while I walk, but I mostly listen to interviews. And this is a rap little section here. Kendrick Lamar, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. And this is his first since his 2017 Pulitzer-winning Damn. And they say it's his most introspective yet. What does he cover here? Unflinchingly, fame, fatherhood, infidelity, bigotry, and more. It's a Tylenol ad. Oh, our must-reads for the summer. They may have already had some of these books in there. They always have a little book section. It's bigger this issue. Fiction, Jackie and Me, The Late Comer, The Hotel Nantucket, there. You Made a Fool of Death with Your Beauty. Ooh, that's bad. Counterfeit. Nonfiction, Jenna Fisher and Angela Kinsey from The Office. Which one is it? have written this, The Office BFFs. If you're an Office fan, maybe you would like that. If you need a beach book. Normal Family. It's about somebody that learned the identity of her dad, who was a sperm donor. It might be good. George Michael has, somebody has written a book about him, James Gavin. His name is George Floyd, and this is written by 2 Washington Post reporters. They've interviewed hundreds of Mr. Floyd's family members and friends to attempt to create a picture of him. And one of my favorites, David Sedaris, has written Happy Go Lucky. I didn't read it yet. Maybe I'll listen to it. It's darker than usual. That family has suffered some losses, as we all do. But he reflects on those losses of a couple of their members in recent years. But I'm sure it's still funny. I'm sure I'd still like it. Mystery and Suspense. The House Across the Lake. Harlem Sunset. Look at that cover. Aurora. What's that about? Oh my gosh. After a solar storm plunges the world into darkness, citizens create their own agrarian utopia. Oh my gosh. No, I'm not reading that. That sounds like, if it's anything that could remotely happen, it will scare me. The Locked Room and The Island. So for our teens and tweens, The Agathas, Love Radio, I Kissed Shara, Shara Wheeler. That was in one of the People's, or one of these magazines. A Magic Steeped in Poison, and The Golden Swift. When I went to the library yesterday to get this magazine, it was Saturday, and it was not too hot. It's been hot here in Michigan, just like I'm sure it's probably hot everywhere. It's the middle of July. But it was a beautiful day yesterday. It was like 80 degrees. The sun was shining. It was just the perfect summer day. And it was about 1 in the afternoon. And I ran into the library to get a People, because I haven't done one in a while. And there was a young lady, well, she was probably about 13, deep buried in books. And I just thought that was it was kind of heart-warming to see that a young person, chose on a summer day to go either hopefully look for a book to take home, or books. And hopefully she got out to enjoy the beautiful day, but it reminded me a lot of myself. I read much more when I was younger than I do now. But that's just a little story. Here we have Jeff Bridges, and they have a photograph by Jeff Lipsky. A lot of these are on train tracks. Moving along his journey. He's come over, it sounds like he's come out from the other side of this. A nearly fatal health crisis. The beloved star is grateful for brighter days ahead. Life is a gift. That's his quote. And he's got that iconic smile there. There's his wife, Susan. They've been married a long, long time. It says, 45 years. Pretty soon anyway. He got a puppy too during his sickness. Oh, he shaved his head during chemo. This is December 2020. And his new show is The Old Man. He had non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. And this was how did he find out? Why did he even go to the doctor in the first place? So he was exercising one morning, fall 2020. No, yes. Anyway, he was exercising at home and he felt something unusual in his stomach. It was like a bone where a bone didn't belong. So the wife, Susan, of course, suggests he goes to the doctor, but he wasn't in pain. So we waited, and that's a typical story. So the production of his new show, The Old Man, was on hold because of coronavirus. So they went to his ranch in Montana, and him and his wife spent several months there. But the symptoms of the cancer, of the non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, they were beginning to surface. He didn't realize it. What were they? Well, his legs itched, and he would sweat at night. But he thought it was just because it was hot, and he had dry skin. But according to the Mayo Clinic, lymphoma symptoms include painless swelling of the lymph nodes, fatigue, night sweats, and itchy skin. So he gets home to California, and the growth in his stomach was still there, and he made an appointment to see a doctor. What did they discover? And of course, he's a star. He has unlimited financial resources. They discovered a 12 by 9-inch tumor in his stomach. And then he undergoes testing, and they diagnose him with the non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. And he began chemotherapy through infusion and followed by oral treatment. Look at that. His wife, look at that face on that, his wife. And she, I think she's pretty sure she's a natural blonde, but it looks like maybe she lets those grays flow. And that's them in Santa Barbara. And she says it's all like a bad dream now. Then during the chemotherapy, they both got COVID. I'm sure that they were shuttling back and forth to medical centers. And this was pre-vaccine when they had COVID. And they stayed 5 days somewhere. It sounds like the hospital, but I can't be sure. The chemo had weakened his immune system, and so the virus hit him harder. And they're not young either, so. But they recovered. They have all daughters. But he says that he's grateful that they have all found partners, husbands, it sounds like, that were good fits in the family. He's grateful and blessed with that. Look at how they just have a field flower there on his jacket. I was dancing with my mortality. I'm grateful to be alive. And he's back in action. His new show doesn't sound like something I would watch, but my husband will want to watch it. Here he is on those train tracks again. Because I'll let you in on a little fact about my husband. This is my husband's idol. Because my husband's favorite movie is The Big Lebowski. And my husband will watch it just if there's nothing else on. Like if there's no good game on or whatever. He loves The Big Lebowski. So I've seen it a million times and I like it too. But my husband has a special affectation towards that movie. And he's a lot like the title character. But on that note, what did he say about I think it's coming. The grandchildren, one of the grandchildren's little names for Jeff Bridges has something to do with dude. Oh, here it is. He's got 3 grandkids, and this is what they call him, Duty, which is short for Dude Pa, which is a reference, of course, to the dude. So his new show, oh, my husband's gonna love this. He plays a former CIA agent, and it premiered June 16th on FX, and it co-stars John Lithgow and Amy Brenneman. So yeah, my husband's gonna love that. I'll have to tell him that. And the other thing I want to say about him is one of the, and it says it in here, he has a passion for philanthropy, and one of the charities that he is very involved in is No Kid Hungry, which that has been on my computer a lot lately for some reason. On my Google ads when I work, I must be falling in that algorithm. I don't know much about it, but it seems like a worthy cause. So here we have Courtney and Travis. I've seen this dress a million times, and she's got on some high gloves. He's opening a bottle of champagne. He's just like, let's get on with this party here. Look at him. So they had an opulent gala affair on the Italian Riviera. Look at the train. Oh my goodness. So it says she wore a Dolce & Gabbana lingerie inspired mini dress with a veil. It's definitely different, isn't it? So they are, they have a depiction of the Virgin Mary here. And this is a motto and image Barker has tattooed on his head. He seems like he has a zillion tattoos, and it would be interesting to, okay, undress. I'm just kidding. But he's got a story, I'm sure, behind everything, and he's certainly used his body as a canvas, whereas she hasn't, has she? She's probably got something lurking somewhere, but I don't know much about either one of them, except what we glean from these magazines. But they are certainly something that they force us to be aware of them. And they're interesting. Look at that picture. It's interesting. Look at that little behind there. There's the whole family. And they look in varying emotions, I guess. He sure has a stoic face. I never even realized who I kind of did. He's from Blink-182, which, you know, my adult sons loved that band when they were out. My husband did too. But I never put two and two together that that's who it is, because I don't follow it that much. Here's Mom here, emotional. She walked her down the aisle. I guess if anything, I feel in line with the mother, being the mother of adult children. And there's the location, Villa La Vieta. It's a villa. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Here's more pictures. Oh, goodness gracious. Look at this outfit. Yeah, they make a statement. They're artists. At least he is. This is May 21st. This is Chloe, May 21st. Where were they? I don't know. La Vita Dolce & Gabbana. The designers dressed the entire family. So this is, look at that curve. It's Kim, May 22nd, Kendall, Kylie, and Mom, Chris. She looks like an angel. And here they are, Kardashian a Kardashian source, not a Kardashian horse, a Kardashian source says this is the happiest Courtney has ever been. And here he is. Look at that sourpuss. Oh, so he's she's 43. I never knew that. And he's 46. He seems so much older than her. Here's the cake. Here's the invitations. Megan Kelly and Megan Fox. Oh, that was a Freudian slip. Machine Gun Kelly, her guy here. Andrea Bocelli and Son sang. They had a practice wedding in Las Vegas. So they're married. We won't hear about it anymore for now. Okay. Ellen is done. Ellen's show. The Ellen DeGeneres show's Last Dance. And this is a look back on her show, which was, the last taping was April 28th. And what will she do now? I don't know. 19 seasons. Oh boy. Here's some picture. Look at how young she looks in that picture. So this was Calling Gladys. The 88-year-old viewer became a fan favorite after the host first called her in Austin for spirited conversation. She told me that she loved Jesus and she drank a little, and I thought, me too, Ellen recalls. And here are Superfans Season 9, when a video of Sophia Grace Brownlee and Rosie McClelland rapping to Nicki Minaj's Super Bass went viral in 2011. DeGeneres brought them on the show to meet Ms. Minaj. And she says, in this photo, I'm thinking, I hope they don't understand the lyrics. They were just kids. Getting competitive, she had Michelle Obama on, and it looks like they're doing a push-up contest. And here we have Ryan Gosling, season 15. And this is birthday surprises. And there's Portia, her wife. And season 15, this occurred. And this is when Portia was on her show and gave her the most amazing gift, which has become her campus in Rwanda to save mountain gorillas. And season 5, The Friendly Snake. This is when Jeff Corwin came on the show. And he brought in an anaconda. And he got real friendly with Ellen. Oh boy. And season 7 was when she booed Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift was easy to scare and she snuck up on her. Nothing Like a Sloth, season 9, Kristen Bell got emotional, regaling viewers about meeting a sloth. She loves sloths so much she would cry at the thought of one, DeGeneres says. And season 10, Will the Real Sophia Stand Up? So she became known, Ellen did, for going all out with her Halloween costumes, including when she dressed up as Sofia Vergara. Can you tell which one? Seems like it's all in good spirits. Jennifer Aniston was the show's very first guest, and she returned for the last episode and brought a doormat that read, "Thanks for the memories." And Pink, who sings the show's theme song, performed DeGeneres' favorite track, "What About Us?" And so the filming ended. Tearful DeGeneres addressed the audience and staff, thanking them for their love and support. Jennifer Aniston was on the show 20 times. An estimated $500 million is what the show gave away. 64 daytime Emmys won. And what is this number? $18.69 is the price of a pair of Ellen underwear on eBay, now discontinued. The swag was first given to the show's second guest, Justin Timberlake. Here's another little secret. This has got two of my husband's favorites in it. Justin Timberlake, with whom he shares a birthday, and Ryan Gosling. She loves him. I'm going to read this story. I don't really know this gentleman. He looks like my uncle. He looks like my Uncle Paul. John Hopkins, from Zac Brown's band. He has been diagnosed with ALS, and he is ready to fight this disease. Despite the devastating diagnosis, the musician and family man is still living his life to the fullest good, all while giving back. And he looks good. It's such a sad story, but maybe it's got a nice, happy twist. I hope it will for him in the end. He says just being able to get on stage is a compelling reason to get out of bed with his bandmates. And this is it's in May 2020. And here he is with former NFL player Steve Gleason, who was diagnosed with ALS in 2011. And he's raising awareness about the disease as ALS warriors. And he says, I want to show my girls. Does he have all girls? I think. Does he have 3 daughters? I see 3 young ladies there. I'll check here. Yes. Oh, listen to their daughters' names. Grace, Hope, and Faith. Well, there you go. And is this wife? Or maybe partner? Jennifer? Wife. 14 years. Wife of 14 years. I want to show my girls their dad's a warrior. And here he is in that buffalo plaid shirt again and a hat. So what is ALS? It's Lou Gehrig's disease. Amyotrophic lateral sclerosis is a progressive neurodegenerative illness affecting the nerve cells in the brain and spinal cord. The whole pathway degenerates. It's basically a disorder where the muscles get weak, and it can be relatively rapid. There are people who live 10 to 15 years with ALS, but on average, it's a 3 to 4 year progression. There's no cure, but there's a lot of energy going into finding the cure. So sad. I leafed through this before we got started, but I did not make it to Clive Davis here, so I didn't take a peek at it. But this is his life in pictures. Who made these beautiful pictures? It doesn't say Jordan Runtagh wrote the story. But the man with the platinum touch looks back at his record-breaking career and the stars that he helped shape. Little pin there. Very put together. Here he is with Whitney Houston in 2020. And that's when he signed her, this black and white photo. The photos will be done by all different people. I see the historical photos. So soon after he encountered her in 1983, when she was just 19, and she was singing backup for her mother, Cissy Houston, in an NYC club, he signed her. I'd never seen her in my life. Then she stepped in the front and sang Greatest Love of All. And I knew she was a potential all-timer. Oh, he wasn't cutting up. Oh, Whitney. Well, rest in peace. There's with Taylor Swift in 2015. So we saw Taylor receiving her honorary degree. And it says here in 2022, a class on Taylor Swift was taught at NYU's Clive Davis Institute of Recorded Music, the first college department of its kind providing education for future music moguls. So there's a class. Oh, there's Janis Joplin, 1968. I didn't know any of this. Look at all these stars. There's Simon and Garfunkel. When was that? 1970. Davis insisted on releasing the elegant hymn Bridge Over Troubled Water as a single, which was an unorthodox choice given its length and tempo. How did I do it? It's a combination of work ethic and a very healthy respect for failure. I don't know if they can teach that at NYU. They'll try and people will take the class, but sometimes the stars just align. Patti Smith, 1975. Oh, different and unique, and she is. And Bruce Springsteen, 2017. This is just photoed. And he says he found Springsteen's style, his performing style at least, a little lacking when he signed him in 72. He just stood there, and he suggested that Bruce move around on stage. I wonder how Bruce took that. Constructive criticism. There's Aretha. This is photographed in 1981, but when did he sign her? He signed her when her career, if I'm reading this right, was at a low ebb in 1980, and she needed a little boost, and he gave it to her. Dionne Warwick, and that's photoed in 1986 up here, with a whole bunch of stars. Stevie Wonder. He brought some of the songs to the stars. That's What Friends Are For being one of them. Burt Bacharach and Carol Bayer Sager wrote that, and they're pictured. Stevie Wonder. Barry Manilow down here, 1978. He founded Arista Records, Clive did, in 1974, and he was, quote, hungry for success. That's what makes these men, or women, or people, whatever they are, that's what makes them who they are. There's something in there that drives them. There's Alicia Keys. I think I've seen this picture before, or at least some variation of this event. Yeah, this was at his 90th birthday gala in NYC this year. It was in one of these magazines. A lot of stars owe him their success. Okay. I don't like doing the sad stories, but it seems like, well, she survived. I like that word, survived, a monster. But it's just too much. Look at this little face. Kidnapped at age 8 by a serial killer. I don't know how to say the last name, but maybe it's just grown. Shasta is her first name, though. Shasta, like a Shasta daisy. Because that's a pretty name. I don't know how to say her last name, but she lived through the unthinkable. The grisly murders of her family, her abduction, and then weeks of abuse before a dramatic rescue. Look at her beautiful braids. Look at all the different colors her beautiful hair is. And she's got a story to tell, not only through her words, but through her tattoos, I think, and through how she's decided to adorn her body. And it says up here, bright future. There's so much I want to do with my life that it's overwhelming at times. When you've got, when you're full of ambition and potential, that's what you feel like. It's overwhelming. But she'll get through it. She's got her whole life ahead of her. She had 4 brothers. She loved playing alongside them as a child. Unfortunately, I did not read this before, but they have People Investigates, and this is probably part of what they're promoting here. So if you were to choose to watch this, it's already out June 6th, and it's People Magazine Investigates, and it's streaming on Discovery Plus. And I will just brush over it because it's just too much. But this is in She lives in Boise, Idaho now and is married. And it says once a month she goes through the ritual of self-care. I'm happy for this for her if this makes her happy. To unbox a subscription beauty box, which we all know that that is a ritual for a lot of people, and I'm glad she has that. And she says it's like Christmas over and over again. She has 4 sons under age 7 and 5th due in August. She's 25 years old. Wow. So she is busy, busy. And she works as the supervising housekeeper at a nearby hotel. So she's got a lot going on. So I'm glad she has those subscription boxes to help get her through the day. I have 2 boys, and it's important of us moms with all sons to remember that and husband or partner or whoever, to remember if that's something you choose to do, yourself, and sometimes maybe the things that make you feel pretty, if that's what you like to do. So the family's home, I was going to say, did they live rural? Because this looks, and it was a rural wolf lodge in Idaho. And this person, I'm not going to say her name, snuck into the family's home, killed her mother, her stepfather, and one of her brothers. Can you imagine? This person died of brain cancer while serving these multiple life sentences. And she's sharing her story to help other victims of violence. And they hosted in 2005, her mother, Brenda, and these are the victims pictured up here. They hosted a little party, it sounds like, a bonfire party. And this is where the trouble started, and everybody was there. Her mother was very outgoing. I'm cutting her off, I'm sorry. And maybe mom had a little bit too much trust. She didn't believe in strangers. And maybe that's what opened the door to this person coming into the home. And he took her and bound her hands and feet and carried her and one of the brothers outside, but then returned to the house to probably kill more of them. Yeah, she eventually learned that he went in there to finish, to kill them. But what did he do? He took the 2 children that he bound and he tortured them. I'm not going to... If you want to learn about this, you can go to this, read that, or listen to that show. And she endured unspeakable things. I'm not going to... It's an incredible story. How did he get caught? This waitress, well, this is the best part of it here. Well, her recovery is the best part. But this waitress, Amber Dean, returned from her break at Denny's and walked up to a table. She says, every hair on the back of my neck stood up. He took these kids to Denny's. He took the kids to Denny's, or at least her. And she could tell something was wrong, taking one look at her, looking at Shasta. And she called the cops, and they were looking for him. And they knew, and they arrested him. He's dead now, so that's that. But she's got the 5th child coming. I tell my boys about their grandma and that she is always with them. And this is Dad here, husband, and they still live in Idaho. And she says what at first attracted this, and this gentleman's name is Michael. She was attracted to his tattoos. And look at their wedding photo, beautiful. So that's that's my little overview of Shasta's story here. I hope for the best for her. This is Hilton Carter, and he is Magnolia Network's plant expert. How ironic that this story is in this book when I have acquired through a plant angel a bunch of cuttings of plants. And he has a growing foliage empire, Baltimore home, and wife, I don't know, who's this? Wife Fiona, and she's a dentist. And Babe Holland, a little babe, 9 months. Look at these plants. I'm trying with my cuttings. I shouldn't have taken this on really in the summer because I have too much yard work to do, but I have been so fortunate to acquire cuttings of plants, expensive plants, that I'm going to try hard on. But you know, it's always a crapshoot. This guy's got a lot going on. He has book deals, a collection at Target, 500,000 followers on Instagram, and Chip and Joanna Games have handpicked him as an expert for their workshops. So him and his wife here have bought a home, 1915 fixer-upper home in Baltimore, but critical on the wish list was south-facing exposure for his plants, so he could turn it into a greenhouse. And I want to see everything in here. I need his expert advice. I'll be up there. There's his little babe. And of course a plant. What are his go-to tools with these plants? A small paintbrush. He uses them to dust off the smaller and more fragile foliage. I'm going to try that. Wooden chopsticks. Stick them in the soil of potted plants to check the moisture level. If they come up dry, the plant needs to be watered. If they come up with the soil attached, it's still moist. And an oven rack. I lay it over the sink. Race car just went by or something. I lay it over the sink and place my air plants and mounted plants on top to dry after a watering. Oh, go on, mister, with your race car. It's Sunday morning. I don't have any air plants yet. I don't know. I'll try to get one. Look at that painting in the background. And a bazillion plants all around. So what are the most resilient indoor plants? The marble queen pothos. I know that. Remember I'm pretty sure this is my, it's a neon. I'm so hopeful for this thing. Please let the neon pothos be unkillable like marble queen pothos, because I do have this. Once you get them going, you can chop that part off and you can make a million of them. I have a snake plant that I got from the grocery store, like my Kroger has a rack where they have like, and it's sad. The dying like plant section, I got it from that for like $1, and it's doing very well. It's at my son's house that he rents from me, and then it's outside because I'm trying to make it grow big so I can get babies off of it. But he calls this the forgiver. It can live far from a window, and you only need to water it every 2 weeks in the spring and summer, and every 4 weeks during colder months. And that's true. I barely water it, and it seems to be the secret to the success with mine. It started off pretty sad, and we haven't killed it. And this is the ZZ plant. And I think I got a cutting of one of these. I'll have to check that out. I got so many beautiful cuttings. It was overwhelming, but it says that it's perfect for those that travel and are a bit forgetful or don't have much natural light in the home. It will hold strong in low light, and it doesn't require weekly waterings. And here he is with his wife. I talk to the plants all the time, checking in to see how they're doing. And Nikki Reed, Nature is My Medicine. The Get Outside Guide. Look at that meadow. Did you know 120 minutes in the outdoors per week can improve your health? So Nikki here grew up in LA in the 90s, and she was the daughter of a single mom, and she didn't have much chance to commune with nature. So she did what she could to bring it into her home, and she was an animal collector, and it even says she would find rats. I would have to draw the line at that. Look at that beautiful smile. So, peace, calm, plants, and animals. This is what keeps us healthy, says Reed. Oh, there's a Metamucil ad. That'll keep you healthy too. And here she is. Is that her horse? My happy place is me with my camera. And she said likes to hike, go to the beach, or talk to her horses. And she's a spokesperson and photographer for a camera, Leica. Look at her. Isn't she beautiful? Look at that beautiful photo. So green scene by the numbers. 20 minutes is the length of a nature break shown to decrease stress levels. 55% increased risk of psychiatric disorders among kids growing up without green spaces, and 297 million number of visits to the U.S. national parks, and that was in 2021, but listen to this, 14.2 million went to the Great Smoky Mountains. It reminds me of something. I was in the grocery store yesterday, and I saw, I'll take a picture of it if somebody doesn't buy it all. Dolly Parton has a cake mix. I know this is random, but, and I think it's a banana cake. And I almost got my phone out to take a picture, but I wanted to get out of there. To be honest, I wanted to get out of Kroger. The less time I can spend there, the better. What's her little quote here? It felt like a relief moving out of the city. I promise that if anybody wants the feeling of ease, of peace, of calm, the answer is in nature. So she bought a farm, and she has a menagerie of goats, cows, dogs, and horses, and grows herbs and vegetables. It doesn't say where, though, but it sounds like it's very close to Los Angeles, and it's probably somewhere in California. It's a nice story. I love this lady's eye, or this person's eyes in these eye drop ads. So, remember our Millie Bobby Brown little, is it here? Yes, Millie, that's her product down there, but we'll get to it. She's got a line of products. Gear up for good green fun. This is Ombra's Classic, $140. Eyelid skin is the thinnest on your whole body, and UV exposure can cause cataracts. So they say these fit snugly, and they have a band that go around your head. And this is from Patagonia. It's a hike shirt. $79. And this hat floats if it's dropped in water. The Tilly Airflow Broad Brim Hat, $100. Hydrate in the heat. I just acquired one of these, or something like that. I hope my son didn't spend $100 on it. but he sang at an outdoor festival for a few days, and where it's literally like camping and whatnot here in Michigan. It's called Electric Forest, and he had one of these that he left in the car, and I emptied it and brought it in and hung it on a hook. My husband has one too, when we used to walk my son's dog in the woods. We stopped though because he kept getting loose, and that's a whole nother story. He's crazy. I didn't feel like him getting lost in the woods, let's just put it that way. This is the brand of stuff. My gosh, I can't get a hold of this thing. Millie Bobby Brown has founded a company, and this is a sunscreen that they are selling. And this is interesting. Last year, Hawaii became the first state to ban sunscreen containing oxybenzone and, oh my gosh, octinazate. So why? Because they're both thought to damage coral reefs. So this brand is a reef safe option. Florence by Mills sunscreen. FlorenceByMills.com. It's not that expensive as far as sunscreen goes. And this is Poison Ivy Relief by Cutter, and it's wipes. Amazon sells that, and a bug oil. Oh, this was from Shark Tank. Oh my gosh. It's a gentle sucking mechanism to calm the itch from mosquito bites and bee stings. It's only $10. Here's in a People magazine, the Better Homes and Gardens stuff that we see when I do a Better Homes and Gardens magazine. I think all this same stuff was in one of them. They sell it all at Walmart. Very nice, and I'm sure it's not expensive as far as these things go if they sell it at Walmart. 8 hot trends to try now. Who do we got up here? Winnie Harlow. K Skin Founder. C-A-Y Skin. Oh, here it is. One of her products. She's a model. We're skipping ahead a little bit, but this is blendable SPF. So, tired of sunscreen creating an unsightly cast, she, along with others, one of whom is Venus Williams, have created a sunscreen that disappears into skin. $32, kskin.com. It's a pearlescent formula that leaves a luminous finish. It sounds beautiful. Look at that. I don't know if that's the color of it. Well, no, that's the color. Oh boy, I don't know about me sometimes. This is L'Oreal Paris Sublime Bronze Skin Self-Tanning Facial Water Mist for face. Saint-Tropez Gradual Tan Watermelon Firming Body Lotion. So these are scented self-tanners. And they can, those self-tanners used to be stinky, but they're making them smell better. Here we have Kaylee Coco, Smart Lip Balms. Look at that packaging. The season's best go beyond hydration. Estee Lauder's 6 new tints also plump and have buildable coverage. They have hyaluronic acid infused. They have one of those as an option. They're not that expensive. So here's some other, I said this wrong. This is hers. This is Naomi Osaka, and this is Venus Williams. They've all created, I knew I was doing something wrong there. You can tell we're towards the end, and I didn't read this ahead of time. So they've all created options. This is the cheapest one. This is sold at Walmart, and it's a sunscreen stick. Then is Venus Williams. Water and sweat resistant. Obviously, she's an athlete. Sorry about that. I'm making stuff up here at this point. Truth about weight ad again. Now here, there's Gwen Stefani. She's did her own makeup for the Met Gala in May. Well, she's getting older, just like we all are, but she's looking maybe like she's getting some, and I don't blame her. Do what you want, but she's looking a little done, you know. She's starting to look different. Number 4, ocean blue eyeliner. Dive right into this vibrant eye makeup idea. And this is her cobalt blue eyeliner, $21. GXVE Beauty, 24-hour waterproof. And these are vacation-inspired fragrances. Alice Brooklyn Sunfruit for the fruity option. Citrusy Joe Malone London Aqua Lemon. And Summer Hours Week, and that is for fresh. Week, like 7 days, you know. Next level sweat protection. We've seen this in these ads. This is a drugstore thing. $10. Glycerin locks in moisture to improve skin texture. Necessaire, the deodorant gel. This has alpha hydroxy acids. And Cosa Sport Chemistry AHA deodorant. It's a roller ball and it's a serum. It's not that expensive, $16. There's an acne preventing primer, Jory acne and oil control primer. It's $70, but it has salicylic acid in it, salicylic acid. It blurs imperfections. And for dewy skin, here we have Makeup by Mario Master's Secret Glow Highlighter. That's at Sephora. And it gives you a subtle glow, not shimmer. It's a translucent highlighter. Okay. Royal. Oh, get your first issue now. They're going to give the Royals their whole own People magazine. Here we have Rick Martinez, as he has written a book, Mi Cocina. And he is host of the YouTube food series. I'll say it wrong, but we're going to, can you see it? Pruebalo. I wonder what it means. I'm going to look it up. I love the combination of sweet, salt, spicy, and acid. What is this? Mango, pineapple, and jicama salad with a chili citrus dressing. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Am I saying that right? I don't know. Jicama. And he says if you can't find good mangoes or pineapple, you can use a fruit like a peach, a plum, a cherry, a blackberry or raspberry, stone fruit. You're looking for a combination of sweet and tart flavors. And this is pretty simple. Olive oil, lime juice, orange zest, salt, garlic, red pepper, and then the fruit, an onion, mint, fresh mint leaves. I have mint growing all over my yard. It's crazy. I shouldn't have let it get out of control, but it did. And then cheese on top, lime on top. Very summery, isn't it? Here's their little, here's our little Shasta here in Dillon. So this is their ad for their series on that story with Shasta. If you want to try it, if you want to watch it. There's Olivia Rodrigo there with the crossword puzzle. There, can you tell the difference? Who do we have here? The Property Brothers, one of them, Jonathan and Little John and Jennifer Hudson. Where were they? Oh, they were at a Warner Brothers. They were on a panel for Warner Brothers Discovery presentation to TV advertisers. Here's a bunch of stuff to buy. What is that? An at-home laser lipo. This is the kind of thing that my dad would have bought. My dad is no longer with us. My dad has passed. Not recently, but when I see stuff like this, I always think of my dad. My dad always fell for anything at home, weight loss, like get skinny quick, even though he was already pretty skinny. I can't ever see an ad like that without thinking of my dad. Here's Colin Hanks. Looks like a dad. So it says the actor and Hanks Kerchief's founder, age 44, stars in Paramount Plus, The Offer. The last thing I saw him in was Fargo. 2 girls, it sounds like he has at least. What's Hanks Kerchiefs? I'm gonna look it up. You look it up too. I should have read this before and I could talk about it. I'm sure it's maybe a charity. Last moment of nostalgia. That's probably a daily occurrence because I've always got the iPad on shuffle. All of a sudden you're time traveling and the next thing you know, you're at a middle school dance trying to catch someone's eye. What's his last honeydew chore? I've been on location, so the list is growing. Christmas was putting stuff away, labeling it for next year. I'm not the organizer. I'm the manual labor for the organizer who is his wife. I'm getting better at doing it when not asked, but it's a struggle. I'll keep trying, Colin. That's all I can say to you. Look at this. Look at this babe's tattoos. And tattoo. What are they advertising here? Oh, the new Dove hat. Always has new stuff. New Body Love Shower Collection. Move over faces. Make your body shine. And here's a Greenies ad. Bad chew. What was he chewing on here? Sandpaper? I think so. Good chew. I thank you very much for spending time with me today. I haven't done a People magazine in a long time. And this was long, so I hope you're doing well. Say bye to Jeff here. Bye, Jeff. I hope you stay in remission. And I hope that everybody is doing well in the middle of July here. And I will talk to you soon. Bye.